What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about KASPA today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It does appear, you guys, right now, this video will be brief, but it does appear that we are in the middle right now, the beginning, the commencation of this next phase to the downside. I believe you're breaking out now, and I do suspect that by this time tomorrow, this look right now that you're in, this kind of symmetrical triangle, it'll look something like this or more extreme, right? I want you to understand where you are right now in this kind of price action. We look at this on a 4-hour basis, it might not seem that significant, but you look at the daily basis, you're at the base in a pennant of this overall move down, right? If this were reversed, we'd be celebrating. This is a very bullish kind of situation to be in, but it's not reversed. It's the downside. It's the negative aspect. So historically neutral pattern with a bearish lead into it implies bearish following through afterwards. It appears that you're breaking out of it now. If you look at the daily RSI, you're very oversold. Okay, you got out of the oversold zone, but you didn't do anything with it. Okay, you look like you're about to get into the oversold zone again. You look very, very weak. And if you get into the oversold zone again, you're likely going to, in a very short amount of time, slip. You're at 11.7 cents now. You would slip below 10 cents probably by the end of the year if you were to break out of this pattern today, like I'm somewhat suspecting you do. Back to the 4-hour time frame. You look at the 4-hour, and you can see here on the RSI, you've got a high here, a higher high, and a higher high in the RSI, somewhat of a double top to be completely fair. In the price, you have a high, a lower high, and another lower high. You have lower high after lower high with higher high after higher high and even a double top. That's hidden bearish divergence. Okay, this 4-hour, at least on the RSI perspective, to me, it seems to be in a bit of a downtrend. It looks like you're at the top areas of this trend at the 50, potentially finding resistance here, looking to roll over, coming down into the oversold zone again. Do you find support here in the oversold zone? Do you go lower? Remains to be seen, but likely you do go to the oversold zone. A move like that would likely break you out, or at least away from the current prices to the downside, right? Even if you saw a move like this, a move like that, even at a small percentage, even if you moved from 11.68 cents right now where you are to 11.3 cents, even a move that insignificant seeming would be significant in the sense of breaking out of this symmetrical triangle, this pennant, which I think you are literally at the cusp of doing right now. 2 hours, 37 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. With the way it looks, man, with this hidden bearish divergence at full effect, literally, I can't help but think that it's starting now. So that's why I'm making this video. I didn't even want to make a video on CAS because I don't like seeing things like this go down, because I know a lot of people have their money invested in it, and that implies a lot of loss, and I do assume there will be a lot of loss to have with this thing. It might feel like it. It definitely might feel like it's too late to sell down here. I get it, because you're out of this whole range. You're at the bottom, but you're at 11.7 cents now. The main purpose of this video is to put the message out there that you still have time to get out before you see 8.5 cents or lower. Right, and I do think you will see 8.5 cents or lower. I have that suspicion. When we get out of this overall consolidation phase to the downside, I think it'll be a lot more conclusive evidence in front of us that we are in the middle of a KASPA bear cycle, that the KASPA bull cycle ended back here, the all-time high happened here, and perhaps we've been in the bear cycle as of then, or we're about to kick it off right now. I'm assuming we moved down to 8.5 cents because off of this low to this relative high here, your minimum extended target, the 1272, is at 8.5 cents. Your 1618, the 1272 to 1618, this is your primary expected zone, okay? I would expect that you don't go below 6.8 cents at first, but you absolutely could and probably do go below it in time, right? I would suspect that in time, KASPA sees prices below 5 cents, maybe even below 2 cents in time, right? You're at 11.7 cents now. Is it too late to sell? If you bought up here, it might feel like it. If you bought over here, it might feel like it, right? If you bought way back here, it might feel like it's too late to sell. I get it. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't think it's too late to sell. I think you're at the precipice. You're at the cusp of it being too late to sell. And that's the main reason I'm making this video, right? is to just let people know what's about to happen. Right now, I'm predicting. It's not the future. It's not guaranteed. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but it is my assumptions. We take a low to a high here. What you did was you crushed your golden ratio. You smashed through it. That's not a good thing. You look to hold support of the golden ratio. I often say that whenever you disrespect the golden ratio, when you tear through it, you very likely, with a high degree of certainty, will see the extended zone. It's inevitable at that point, right? Not only did you crush it, not only did you tear through it on the first attempt, but when you found support, you back tested the golden ratio here as resistance, and you got back below it again, weakening your support at the 786, getting lesser and lesser significant bounces each time. When you break below the 886, regardless of anything else that I've said, you could just know this alone off of any fib, just like this, okay? When you break below the 886, that's your last gatekeeper before you see the primary expected zone. You want to prove me wrong? You don't want to see the primary expected zone? Hold 10.85 cents. If you can hold 10.85 cents, I'm wrong. But if you close a day below 10.85 cents, if you're asking yourself, is it too late to sell then? My answer would be, well, at 10 cents, even all the way down here at the low, at 10 cents, you're very statistically probable to go to 8.5 cents. At 10 cents, an 8.5 cent drop would be, or not 8.5 cents, but a drop to 8.5 cents would be about a 16% drop. I don't think even at 10 cents it's too late to sell with that kind of savings or adversity, this kind of protection versus this loss. I don't think that that's too late to sell there. I think that you could maximize this potential savings even more by selling here. 27% loss. This is just the minimum target, right? Nobody knows the future. You're at the absolute low of this move. It's not the most ideal time to sell. It absolutely is not. None of this video is me trying to say it's an ideal time to sell. It's not ideal. Let's be real. It is absolutely not an ideal time to sell KASPA right now. But it's not too late to sell it. And it's only going to get less ideal. And you are still in a territory where it would be sensible to sell if you wanted to sell, if you're having doubts. But if the price, if you don't have doubts now, if you're gung-ho, if you ride or die with it, more power to you. I respect it. I get it. I've been there. I get it, man. But if you're like that here, then when the price is down here, you can't all of a sudden flip the script and sell down here. Because likely when KASPA is in this area, it will find a bottom, and it likely will move to prices that are either at where it is now or even higher. And then you'll sell down here, and then you'll see prices back up here, and then you'll buy. You'll be like, I should have never sold it in the first place. You'll buy back up here, and then it dumps back on you again. You know, you don't complete the cycle. Accept it. Accept the cycle if it happens. Either sell here or don't. And if you don't, you definitely don't sell here. Okay. If you sell here and you want to buy down here, cool. You do whatever you want with your money. Do whatever you want with your money now. It's not financial advice. It's just my opinion. But my perspective is we are hours, minutes maybe, from breaking below this. And if I'm wrong, all it would take to prove me wrong, really, continue to hold. I think it was what, 10.8 cents. Was that the target, or was it 11 point? What was it? What was the target? Yeah, it was 10.8 cents. 10.8 cents. Hold that, or break above 15 cents. Right? You break above 15 cents, I'm wrong. If you close below 10.8 cents, I'm right. You're at 11.7 cents now. The ball's a little bit more in my court than it is in the bull's court, but anything's possible. So with that, I'll leave you. If you like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. There's no bullish divergence on the daily time frame, if anyone's wondering. There's no bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. There's hidden bearish divergence, if anything. The 3-day time frame looks bearish as hell, right? Lower highs. On lower highs, it looks like you just rejected that, right? And you're coming down to form a lower low, right? But you're not at that lower low point yet, right? If we were to draw actual straight lines, okay, on the 3-day time frame, that's somewhat of a line of best fit right there, right? That's somewhat of a line of best fit. We draw a line on the bottoms here at the base, right? Something like that. That's somewhat of a line of best fit. It's a nice parallel channel down. We're not at the top, but we're definitely not at the bottom. We have more to go. And if we have more to go from here, well, we likely would go lower than this low. And if you go lower than that low, well, likely you don't stop until at least 8.5 cents, if not 6.8 cents. You could go lower. It's possible. There's targets lower. I got nothing else to say. This is a I don't know. I don't know what to call this video, man. This is a last call. A last call to abandon ship. I've got the life raft for you, or you've got the life raft. It's right there. If you want to step on it, right? You want to step off of this vessel and get into the life raft. It's right there, full notice. But if you want to go down with the ship, hats off to you. You know, I respect it. Just you want to go down with the ship, accept it, right? Don't panic sell here, right? It's already done for. You're already in it. You're already underwater at that point. Just embrace it. Go with the flow at that point, man. Or get out now. I got nothing else to say. Hit the like button, subscribe. Bye-bye.